G'day legends and welcome back to another episode of That Slot Car Guy News for a Thursday. We have plenty to get through, but before we do, a word from the official news sponsor.
Today's news is proudly brought to you by Slot Mods, established in 2008, makers of the finest slot car raceways in the world. Let's race.
So welcome back to the episode, legends, and a huge thank you to Slot Mods for sponsoring the news. Please show them some love, visit their social links, which are directly linked in the channel description and this video description. But let's jump into some car news head first with an absolute banger to kick us off. Now, if you don't know, Electric Dreams have been running a collector's edition or limited edition every month for this year, and I believe it's going to run out to the rest of the year. This one is an absolute banger. It's a three-way collab, Electric Dreams, NSR, which we know run really well, and the legend himself, Michael Nemes. Now, if you don't know who Nemes is, you really should if you're in the slot car world. He has got 70,000+ followers on Instagram. He is by far one of the best scratch builders in the world, and the boy can race. He's got a lot of trophies beside his name, and this car has a lot of his DNA in it. Now, what are we talking about? Well, one of my favorites, it's a Porsche. It's the 908-3 WRE Special. That was a race that NSR hosted a couple of weeks ago, and the boys from Electric Dreams got a team together called the Electric Dreams team, which included Nemes himself. Now, there is 106 cars available, but what makes this extra special, 6 of those cars are directly set up exactly the same way that those cars were raced during the WRE Enduro. So what does that mean? It's got front true tires, track tested with all cars have been track tested, the 6 of them, and set up directly from the WRE race itself. So it's really cool. You're not just getting a standard car, and the other 100 themselves, they're not just a standard car, they have bits and pieces added to them, but these 6 are extra special. For prices, allocation, numbers, etc., check out the website. But I think this one's a must. Now, if you want to see the prototype build of this, please visit Nemes's YouTube channel. He's just posted a video of him building the car itself, putting parts and pieces on it. Really cool to watch. Go check it out. And again, another banger from Electric Dreams. So let's keep the ball rolling with some limited edition. Now, this is hot off the press. Just before I hit record, Carrera have sent me an email. We do have a limited edition D124, digital 124. It is the Lola T70 Mark III-B. Beautiful car. I do have one in my collection, not the collector's edition. I have done a review on this car in 124 scale. I even did a motor swap to show you some different performance you can get out of it. Really cool car. So this is available for club members at the moment. Yes, that's not worldwide, unfortunately, but as of 12/6/2023, this will be available for everyone, and it is a limited run. Now, it is celebrating the, here we go, some bad German, the Geiserbergen Historic Mountain Race in Salzburg. I'm only about an hour and 20 away from this historic place, which is really cool, and I think it's still in action. Now, the racing doesn't happen anymore, but since 2006 they do like a show hill climb. But it's really cool that they're supporting, of course, Austria, which is where Carrera is, and it's right near where Carrera is themselves, which is in Salzburg. So jump on it. 124 scale, club members available now. If you're not a club member, 12/6/2023, really cool car, jump on it. So next up, some news from Pioneer. Now, at the UK Fest, I was lucky enough to get a happy snap with the legend himself, Jules. Now, Jules doesn't normally take photos, so I was very lucky to get a snap with him. But he's also released another color, or livery if you want to call it, for one of my favorite series from Pioneer, one of my favorite cars that I drive when I want to have a squirt around the track, and it's the Legend Series, the Super Cup. It is the 34 Ford Coupe. This is the aluminium silver Car 28. Again, I can't highly recommend this enough. This car is fun to drive, easy to drive. It's an 18K Typhoon motor, Sidewinder configuration. It's not the fastest, but it's one of the funnest cars that I drive. And yes, you can hop this up to go faster. I can't speak highly enough of this car. And stay tuned. I will be talking to Jules behind the scenes, see if we can get some information, any new cars coming, maybe some cars for the channel itself. So stay tuned for that. But thank you, Jules, for the photo. And thank you, Jules, for continuing the Legend Series. Really cool car. If you don't have one, get one. So surprise, some more news from Scale Auto, probably the busiest brand at the moment when it comes to news. They are doing everything, but we do have 2 banger 132 cars to share today. It is the Honda NSX GT3, awesome JDM car, awesome car in real life. I don't think you see enough of them on the road. I don't know if they were a big seller, but a really cool race car. They are showing 2 liveries here. My favorite out of the 2 is the Cat livery. It is car number 57 and 86, both from the 2019 24-hour Daytona. Now I can see this car paired up against an R8, would be a really cool race. Looks good, again, probably an underdog when it comes to rating this car. I'm a big fan of the Honda NSX Old School and this one. And this is an early paint picture of both cars. So it could change, but it's good that they're showing us some early paint pictures of the car itself. My pick out of the bunch is the THATSLOTCARGUYOZ. Again, Scale Auto, the busiest brand at the moment in news. 2 more bangers from them. So next up, some Heyjo love from Bauer, the premium Heyjo brand. Now, if you haven't seen my NSU TT review, please check it out. It's worth a watch. You'll be blown away about how much detail you can get on one of these small Heyjo cars, and the chassis and the design are really well done. This is just another banger. It is the VW, again, full of detail. I don't know how they do it. They are very, very small. The shell looks incredible. The interior, I mean, the bloke's holding the map. I mean, how small is that map going to be? And the chassis itself. And of course, they do now bring in some auto world into the European region, which is really cool. It's good for the Heyjo realm. If you didn't watch the news the other day, I am working on a THATSLOTCARGUY limited edition run car through Bauer. I do trust that brand. It's a premium Heyjo brand, and I've chosen them to do my first limited edition car. So stay tuned for that. If you're on the fence about Heyjo, please check him out. Me and my son enjoy playing Heyjo. He's 5. Of course, the bigger models are sometimes too big for the kids, but it's also good for collectability. They're a really cool size. And again, don't sit on the fence about Heyjo. Enjoy all scales. So next up for parts, pieces and everything between, we are visiting the legends from Magnetic Racing, part of Think Scale Electric, and they're showing off a new design they're working on. It is a bloody Ferris wheel. This is cool, and I love it because it's something I didn't think I wanted, and now that I've seen it, I'm going, hey, that can fit nearly anywhere on your track. And a lot of tracks in the world, F1 tracks, have Ferris wheel or theme park rides. Really cool. They've shared with me some exclusive pics to show you, some workings behind the scenes, some product photos of what they're trying to achieve, and some close-ups of the pod or carriage itself. Now, in one of the photos I did post, you'll see a little motor. Is this motorized? I don't know. I will try and find out. If it's not, I know there's some smart people out there that will motorize this, but if I get any more info on it, I'll let you know. If I do get a sample of this, I'll definitely show it on the channel. Really cool idea. How tall is it going to be? Again, I don't know, but what a cool concept. And I can now finally show you the Mercedes World track that Think Scale Electric did build. It is incredible. Now, if you haven't seen mine and Pete's showdown on my channel, Track Fans TV and myself had a race on this. We also raced the boys from Think Scale Electric. Them videos are to come, and a full video of this track. It is epic. But not only the track itself, take a look at the build. It's replicating the Mercedes World building, which is in the UK. I was lucky enough to go see this building. It is incredible. Again, hats off to the boys at Think Scale Electric. Of course, this is all custom built by them. They're part of Magnetic Racing, so they know what they're doing. Beautiful little track. There's a little train at the back. There's lots of Easter eggs on this track, which you'll see from mine and Pete's future video. But there you go. This is the Mercedes World track that the public can now visit. So if you are in the UK, get down there, take a look at it. Also, you saw us on some simulators. This is all part of Mercedes World as well. The simulators were a lot of fun. There's a grip test. There's a reaction test. It was a hell of a lot of fun. Plus the building itself is incredible. So there you go. Think Scale Electric, Magnetic Racing's beautiful Mercedes World track. What's happening in the world of slot cars? Well, the UK Fest 2023 has come and gone. I am having withdrawals, but the Legends have released the official Winterfest poster. Yes, there is another one coming. It is Sunday, the 3rd of December, 2023. Will I be there? I hope so. I'll do everything I can to get there. This is going to be an event not to miss again. When I was there was some stuff that I wish I purchased. I was way too busy and I couldn't grab everything I wanted, but this is the opportunity for you. If you want to go buy something rare, you want to find something you haven't found before, this is the place to be. It's hosted at the British Motor Museum, the same place the 2023, let's call it Summer Festival is hosted. Really cool venue, downstairs, a lot of cars, upstairs, slot car goodness, so check them out. It's a must if you're in the UK. Will I make it there? I will try. But a quick segue to the UK Fest 2023. Myself and Pete have a lot of footage to go through. We are still cutting and pasting and trying to work out the videos as we go along. Stay tuned for those, there's plenty to come. And just beside me over here at a camera is all my goodies that I purchased and got from the UK Fest 2023. So that video is coming very soon. But there, if you're in the UK, check it out. If you're not in the UK, fly over and have a look at some slot car goodness. So next up, surprise, surprise, some more news from Scale Auto. This time it's a Resi Span 12-hour race, the Endora GP, 2nd, 3rd and 4th of June. It's going to be a big one. Look at the track, it's huge. They do run a live stream, or they did last time, so hopefully this time they do. I will link that on the That Slot Car Guy Facebook group. If you can't find it there, jump over to the Scale Auto page because they will have it up and running. I will have some of this in the news following the race itself, hopefully some footage to share with you, some pics, but wow, they do a massive job. I wish I was there to film it. I will try and get over and film one of these big events, but just another race, some more news from Scale Auto. So next up, some really cool news from Carrera that I had to share, and your eyes don't deceive you. This is a Carrera slot car track in the back of a very small boot. But if you zoom in, you can see the car itself is badged Carrera, and of course the car is painted red to represent Carrera itself. But what a small footprint they've achieved in the back of this boot. It's probably the world's smallest Carrera track, or the smallest track you can officially build for a Carrera track itself. Really cool way to promote the hobby. Open the boot, there's the track itself. Well done to Carrera for doing this. Again, it's probably at a car show or something similar, so people from all shapes and forms will be seeing a track in the back of a car, which just sparks the idea slot cars are a thing. Well done, Carrera. Really cool. I love to see some more back of the boot tracks. Should that be a new segment on the news? Maybe not, but there you go, one from Carrera. So a very cool joint post by the official news sponsor Slot Mods and Carrera themselves, and here is a track that they are working on. It is scale 143, which is really awesome to see. Again, we don't see enough of the smaller scales, but this is a good representation of it. If you zoom in, you'll see some of the cars from the movie Cars itself. That might be a giveaway. I have seen the completed product. I cannot share that with you, but it is great seeing some behind the scenes and the legend himself, David, getting on the track and building it. Again, it does look really cool finished. Great scale to start your kids off on. Wonder what this could be for. We'll find out in the future. But it's good to see Carrera and Slot Mods doing something together on this smaller scale. So today's shout out goes to WA Slot Cars specialised in Heyjo. Really cool to see some Heyjo love in Australia. Really well done website. Please check them out. I stumbled across it today. Of course, I'm always scouring the internet to find stuff to show you, and this is this one goodie that I came across. If you are in Australia and New Zealand, they do ship to you. They've got some AFX goodies on there. But again, it's good to see the smaller scales getting some love. Of course, I love all scales, but this is really cool to see. So if you are in Australia, New Zealand, check out WA Slot Cars. So for today's show and tell is absolutely stunning. The post itself is beautiful. The car itself is beautiful, and hand in hand, what a post that I've stumbled across. Now I found this on the Facebook page, Slot Racing Old School Club. Very healthy page, lots of members, lots of cool stuff on there. I could have shared the whole page. That's how much content is on this group. So check them out if you're into the old school stuff, vintage, retro, whatever. Check out this page. This was posted by Rob. His first vintage speed car looks incredible. Well done. Again, the post is incredible itself. It's got the real car in the background and then the scale model in the slot car form in front of it. Awesome looking thing. Keep up the good work, Rob. Please check out the Facebook page, Slot Racing Old School Club. Awesome. It's healthy, it's active, and it's representing some of the old school stuff. So that's a wrap on today's edition of That Slot Car Guy News for a Thursday. As always, a huge thank you to the official news sponsor, Slot Mods. If you want to support them, please visit their socials, which are linked in the channel description and this video description. And if you are liking one of these t-shirts, they have now got them up on a site. I will link that in the video itself, and of course my channel description if you want to grab one of those. I don't receive anything from this. I just like supporting Slot Mods themselves. They help support me by sharing the videos and providing me with some extra content to share with you at home. But as always, at That Slot Car Guy on Instagram and YouTube, if this is the kind of content you like, please consider subscribing. I do check regularly for news to share with you, and of course I do review news and everything else in between. And if you are interested in supporting the channel with a That Slot Car Guy official, let's call it an official Heyjo car, which I'm working on at the moment, please let me know so I know what kind of numbers, if it does go ahead, to produce. But be safe, take care, support your local, support Slot Mods. Ciao.
Today's news is proudly brought to you by Slot Mods, established in 2008, makers of the finest slot car raceways in the world. Let's race.